what I want to teach you all today in tonight's video is an advanced technique. An advanced technique in the Homecome Creatures of the Night speedrun that I like to call chapter skipping. To do this without changing anything in the code, you have to remove fencing on turbowarp.org. And you'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean by chapter skipping when I get to it. So this is where the run gets interesting. Also, Mousy has been off screen this whole time because at the beginning of every level he goes to x negative 200, which is off screen. It's over here. Of course, when you use Scratch, actually, no, I think he goes down here, like below the screen, but then he just gets sent back up to where you can see the guy. Not if you turn off fencing. So this is just going to be a regular fight, but we're going to die a few times. We're going to die a few times before we do it. And then, once you hit, you can just skip the level right after you defeat the boss. And look at that, we're in chapter 2. Only problem is the message begin 2 was never broadcast. So right now the game thinks that we're in chapter 1. Yeah, I'm not sure how it works, but just like that, we're in chapter 2. And we've got the sword. So for this cutscene, no one's visible, which makes it a little bit funny, not gonna lie. Okay, I have to temporarily turn fencing back on. Just to get this page. And now we do the same thing. We do the same thing with the Alberto fight. So we die enough times to do the thing, and then we try not to go out of bounds. And now we can just do the fight. That easy. So the code that lets you skip a level in this game is it checks if you've died more than 11 times in the level, and then it also checks to see if boss health is lower than 0, which means that you're in a level without a boss. But like, this works. This works fine. So I skipped to that cutscene, and now we're in chapter 3. Only difference is there's no ice, and I still have my dash. So yeah, that's pretty big. It makes this chapter a whole lot easier. Like a ton easier. Only problem is if you do this without disabling fencing, Mousy never goes away because you never broadcast begin 3. So when we get to the auto scroller, he's just gonna crash the game, which we don't want. So the only way to beat the game on a chapter skip is to remove fencing. So this is the auto-scroller. As you can see, Mousy is gone, which is going to make this a little bit more possible on chapter skipping. And there he is, Mousy. He's finally visible. We found him, chat. By the way, we do have a Patreon set up, and I think the plan is we're going to drop it in May, because the next SRcast is going to be in June. So if we drop the Patreon a month before that, then we can have like a sneak peek. You'll be able to figure out what the SRcast after show would actually look like. And it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. But yeah, now we just have to fight this bad guy. You can do out of bounds strats, but they're just not safe. They're funny, they're just not safe. Also, yeah, you have a dash, which is kind of helpful. It's kind of helpful. So yeah, this game just became a whole lot easier. When beating the game deathless, you don't get to skip anything, but with deaths, you can chapter skip. So that's extra epic. This fight's so slow. This fight is so slow. And there are some pretty good Flash games with speedrun tech. And I think Scratch games, they're the new Flash games. And time. We did it. We saved the world. Journal entry number 9. So like, this one time, I was playing Homecome Creatures of the Night, and I died in the cutscene as the Canopy Walker blasts off again. There's a little star KO. And dying to that little sprite, that little circle, made me think, if I die 10 times, maybe I can skip the level after that, if I can still move in the cutscene. So that's exactly what I did. I tried it in a full game run, and just like that, I just skipped the entire cutscene. So then I tried it after the Alberto fight, and lo and behold, I skipped straight to chapter 3. There was no ice, and I could still dash. I thought, wow, this would be great for the speedrun. And then I made it to the auto-scroller, and Mousy got stuck in a wall. And I could never finish the game, until now. This speedrun. It's not a speedrun. It's just a scratch running video that I've been recording for the last 15 minutes. So, anyway, play Homecome Creatures of the Night. Follow AK on Scratch, and subscribe to ScratchRunning. Thank you.